It's Brian Preston, the money guy.
Let's talk about what the 5 levels of wealth actually are.
Yeah, I love it. So if you haven't had a chance to listen to that show, we'll kind of go through a really quick summary. So level number 1 is the stability level. This is basically the level that says, I can pay my bills. I'm not worried about where the next dollar is coming from. I've got my foundation in place.
Yep. Number 2.
Strategy. This is now there is a purpose behind each one of my dollars. Every dollar I have is going where it's supposed to go, the way that it's supposed to go there.
I know what I'm saving and I'm actually doing it.
That's right.
Number 3.
Number 3 is security. This is not sweating the small stuff. This is understanding that, okay, I've got things in place. I'm in a good spot. I'm okay moving forward.
Take that, latte factor. Number 4.
Number 4 is financial freedom. We consider this doing what you want, when you want, the way you want to do it.
That's financial independence in a lot of people's eyes. And then number 5
is abundance. And this is the place where money takes on a different role for you. It is not the same thing that it once was earlier in life.
And this is, it really is. I think it's beyond just having enough that you do things when and where you want. It's also you kind of now start thinking about your whole relationship with money is completely different.
That's right.
And we talked about it. Now, there's a much deeper dive when we did our first show on the 5 levels of wealth, but I do think it's worth, before we jump into by age category now, we want to talk about how important it is to have a discussion on what is the purpose of money? What is your why? Because if you don't have that and you fly through these 5 levels of wealth, you're going to find out, and we've done content on this, wealth can actually be somewhat empty if you don't have a purpose.
Yeah, and I think the thing that you said in show prep, Brian, is it makes it sticky. How many times do we see folks who start off with like a weight loss goal and say, oh, I want to lose 10 pounds. Yep. That's very different than someone says, hey, I want to lose weight so that I can play with my kids or something. The stickiness factor of the why is what will allow you to stay through both the good and the bad times.
And hyper-focusing on, if you just have a generalized concept, I want to be rich, or I want to make sure I have $3 million without understanding what the why is on that $3 million. It's just you could be setting yourself up for not only to be a miserable person, but just to find out that the destination didn't reach the adventure of the journey to bring fulfillment.
There's some emptiness there.
So, and then the last thing is, I think before we kind of jump into this, I think it's important to remember to be generous.
Yeah.
There is a reason. It's so funny how things fit into culture. And we always hear this saying, it's better to give than to receive.
Right.
And it's so fun. When you're a kid, and you're getting all your Matchbox cars and you're trying to ask for gaming consoles and things like that, you're like, that is insanity. But as you get older, it starts seeping in that, man, there is really something to this being generous part.
Right.
So make sure you understand the 5 levels of wealth, but also the why, so that you actually turn this into fulfillment, not just happiness.
So the way we're going to lay this out today is we want to walk through at each age, 20s, 30s, 40s, and so on, what do those 5 levels look like? What does stability look like? What does security look like? What does strategy look like? Because you'll be surprised to know they kind of change through time and they kind of morph as you move along your financial journey.